All right, so right here, I'm going for the close grip band resisted bench press. A lot of people go with this for lockout strength, all those different things. But in addition to that, you can also get some nice arm density with this movement. So what is arm density and what is our goal with all of this? Welcome to harvestingstrength.com. Let's go ahead and talk about training arms. All right, guys, welcome to Harvesting Strength. Today we're going to talk about arm density. One of the biggest things I like to tell people is being girthy and worthy in the sense of arm density. So big things is, for myself, I've talked about before, where younger age, I had a bigger chest, strong press, but my science teacher confronted me and said, Joey, you are a truly strong specimen, but your arms are tiny compared to your chest. And that really made me think in that instance about how disproportionate I was in that sense. So kind of like the disproportion between my beard and my hair right here, I wanted to address that and fix it. So as time went on, I thought, well, how do I get my arms bigger? I'll just do more arms. And I've seen people who have conquered this idea of more biceps, bigger biceps. But something for me is I have to value my training in the sense of time and priority, because now having 2 kids, being married, busy life, I can't just go out there and, spend time for, 2-3 hours at the gym. So something that happened for me is actually the less I train my arms, the bigger they got. Now I know right here doesn't seem like they're that worthy, but I feel like when I've gone into this whole idea of getting a stronger bench press and stuff like that, my arms grew with it too. But I really broke it down and figured out some of the key components of building my arm size, not just for myself, but the people I work with. So you're gonna see 3 things I'm gonna talk about. First thing is close grip bench press. Here's the deal. You want back arm size. The big thing about back arm size is you really wanna overload and stimulate those triceps. Now, doing isolated movements like the tricep push down, that's gonna target that muscle group, but we wanna really set off a metabolic trigger, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit. But essentially, the first thing I'm gonna talk about is that close grip bench press and how the more I can load and displace leverage on my triceps, the adaptation is gonna be they're gonna get dense, and I want them to get dense, to get bigger. Another thing we'll talk about in the video is the eccentric stimulation. So overloading that stretching sensation to build a lot of tension. And I'll do that with this really weird leaning curl. Not that I created it, but something that I really enjoy it for a certain reason. And then the last thing we're gonna talk about is the superset, the metabolic trigger. You've worked through your workout, and in fact, hopefully you went in that order of close grip to the eccentric engagement, and then you go into the supersets, which is, again, like I've said and coined, the metabolic trigger to get the body to really elicit a high level of growth hormone. So let's check out the footage and let's discuss this information. All right, so the first thing I'm going for is the close grip bench press. I know there's a band, but besides that, the close grip bench press, the purpose is to work on your tricep strength, which is gonna help with explosion off your chest. But another thing is thinking about the close grip bench press, you're gonna get your elbows tight and work the movement to where more leverage is displaced on those back arms. So for me, I enjoy this movement as being one of the main starting points and catalysts to a workout that would elicit growth and development of my arm density. All right, so right here, we're going for an eccentric engaging contraction. So the goal of this is for me to bring the weight super slow on the way down and then to hoist it up afterwards so I can just disregard the concentric contraction. A lot of people have given me good feedback and some have, had their fair share of negatives, but the whole point of this in leaning backwards is to get a full stretch from the top to the bottom of the bicep to really get that trigger of fatigue. All right, so the last thing, besides the big movement of the close grip and then the eccentric overload to really get my muscles tense, I'm going with the superset, the metabolic trigger. So at this point, I'm gonna pull the trigger and attack this workout. So what's happening here is I'm doing hammer curls for sets of 10 reps or 12. I can't count that well, but the point of this is that I am fatigued from my compound movement of the close grip, the eccentric tension I've built, and now I've worked into a hammer dumbbell curl to get a different angle of the bicep. And then right here, I'm going for as many reps as possible on the close grip band resisted bench. Now, it's a lot lighter than earlier, and the bands aren't necessary, but I really want to work fatigue on this motion to get growth and development. All right, so hopefully you had a chance to check out the video. Now, just to kind of summarize everything, you really want to start from big to small, okay? So we're talking about big movements, okay? Are you promoting the close grip bench press, maybe a close grip incline, whatever you're looking at, you really want to start with big, because when we do those compound movements, we're really trying to elicit the level of growth hormone in the body, okay? Now from there, we want to establish tension, okay? We don't want to just crank out hundreds of reps on biceps or triceps. We want to really get, okay, that burning sensation, fatigue to set in, and then we finish it off with that metabolic trigger where you saw in the video, we're going hammer curls, okay, for a good amount of reps, okay, to elicit more of that exhaustion, which increases the growth hormone in the body. And then we want to hit the triceps at the end of that superset. So I can really work my biceps, triceps, have good balance, but on the triceps going until I can't go anymore. So why I chose to do best biceps for reps on that superset versus triceps for all I could at the end probably kind of entails the fact that I just didn't do as much extension. So I really wanted to focus on that at the end point. So hopefully you got some information from this. And, one little thing I'll tell you too that I tell people I work with is you really want to just, if you want, let me start over. If you want the best benefit for arm size, make sure it follows a big day. So not follows a big day like the next day, but something I've seen people do and I've promoted is maybe they're doing a heavy leg day. They do squats, speed deadlifts, some hyper extensions or something. And then at the end, we do like some supine lat pull downs or some chin ups. That movement at the end is to help, regain the volume you might miss on other days, but also because there's such a metabolic situation occurring in the body where a bunch of, it's a high hormonal response. If I can work some biceps at the end, they're going to gain off of the environment that's been incorporated with those other big movements. So appreciate you guys checking this stuff out. Check out my website, harvestingstrength.com. Let's get a conversation going and check out the next clip. It's actually a promotional right now to get you a t-shirt, hard copy book, and some supplements just to say thanks and to put it out there for a good price. So check that out. So check out my website right now on the merchandise page. We have a promotional $25 for a shirt, hard copy book, and some supplements from Junk Dog Pre-Workout. You get to choose the color of your shirt and get a little information from the book, okay? So check it out at the website, harvestingstrength.com/merchandise.